Hello, Ophiuchus, and welcome to your part two. It's been a long time coming. It was so strange. It's like the last video that I did for Ophiuchus, the reframe. I don't know. At the end of it, it felt like it was over. Like the reading felt very complete, done, over. And it's I didn't know. Like as a reader, like should I attempt to do the second part or should I just go ahead and move on to the next sign? Like what exactly should I do here in this situation? So, but I couldn't shake not doing part 2 because it's like even me as a reader, like I want to know what to do next, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like it feels like I feel like that's where perhaps maybe we had left off in the Ophiuchus reading was, you were Ophiuchus, you were like slowly turning into doing something in a new type of way. Um, like kind of leaving behind the old way of doing things and approaching it in a new way. So um it seems as though like you're asking, okay, well, now that we have this, now that Ophiuchus, now that you are open to doing this in a new way, you've gone through the reassessment. Hang on, my nose is really, really itchy. I think this has a lot to do with that. Okay, there's a justice energy that's coming in, so there's a lot of truth that's coming up. Um, so because you went through that hangman, remember we were talking about in your framework, in your original framework, we were referring to, you being in a hangman position and having to reassess like the old way of how you were doing things. And so now that you've kind of like passed that reassessment, you've remember we were referring to this as you turning into a new direction, turning almost like turning around or turning into a new direction of doing things. It's like, okay, well, now that you're open, now that you're willing to look at this in a new way and approach it from a different position, a position in which you are now wearing, it was talking about like wearing your fortunes on you. So I did just like not read, but watch that reading. And it's referring to like claiming your fortune, like claiming what's coming through is like rightfully due or owed, not owed, like what you deserve, claiming what you deserve. So, and that kind of like perfectly opens up your second portion of the reading because we're starting off with justice. And this is referring to you, that claiming, the claiming that we were just talking about, where you are now like wearing your fortunes, your it's coming up as kind of like standing up for like what you deserve, what is rightfully deserved by you in the position that you find yourself in. Well, actually you've changed your position. That's what was being referred to here. So because you were standing in a position in which you were you were going to get knocked over by a wave. You were going to get knocked over by this wave. A wave, it's coming through as like a memory that almost like you're not remembering it properly. Like there's something in that memory that you're not remembering it properly. And so when you were standing in that position, um, not seeing things, not seeing the truth or something like that. It's like there was something in it that you were forgetting, actually. There's something in it that you were forgetting. And by moving into this new position, you find yourself in the Knight of Cups, which is like it's an upgraded version of your former position. So I kind of just lost my train of thought there. So with justice that's coming out to start your reading, it's referring to when you move into this new position, the position of refocusing how you are going to approach the situation, and also doing it in a different way. It's like clearly the old way is not working anymore. So when you find yourself wanting to do it in a different way, it's like you turn around, you turn around and you meet the justice. You meet justice. And justice is coming through as that energy, that other character that was kind of coming up behind you and trying to coax you away from your former position. So it's like justice sent in a, well, with the raven. What's coming next is the raven. So it's just justice and the raven. It's actually looking like this. So an energy that is outside of you, the justice energy, she has, in a sense, relayed a message with the raven. It's like she's giving a message to the raven, because the justice is sitting still in her position. And so in order to, right, move you into a better position, it's coming through as like a chess match. It's like if you are on, it's like you are a knight on the chessboard. You're a knight on the chessboard, and justice is kind of like the player, or the, yeah, like the player of the chess game. So okay, justice is relaying a message to you to move your position, and in doing so, you find yourself in this new way. So the interesting thing though here is that when justice sent in this, I guess it's like a messenger, right? It's coming through as she's sent in another, like another character, right? She sent in another character. It's like, look, see, it's like they're listening to her message, right? And then what I'm seeing is then they go and deliver their message to you, Ophiuchus. So it's like justice has sent in it's a physical being. It's a person in your life that is coming in to help you change your position. And as they do so, it's like they're sharing something with you. they're sharing with you the they're sharing with you the future potential of like your success, if you will. Like um almost like if you've been on a journey, it's like you're getting a chance to see the destination. And that destination for you is the star. My cat's going a little wild. So it's like you're getting a sneak peek. You're getting a preview. Justice is sending you a preview of where you are going to be positioned. So this is so the step that you're taking now is just like the first step, if you will. It's the first move that's going to be a part of many moves in which you will be kind of elevated, if you will, into the star energy. Because there's, with all of this water, we had you going from the Page of Cups to the Knight of Cups, and then like this is like step one, step two, and then in order to get to the star, there's a space in between all of this, and this message from the one who is kind of like who is it's interesting. It's like a two-layered thing. It's the message that is coming from the one behind the one who has sent you the message. Because like this person is just the messenger, but there's an energy behind that has received that gave them that message. So it's like the message that they're sending you is of your future position, as the star. And what I've noticed here in the star card is that it actually came out the other day in a personal reading that I did for someone. Down here by the foot, I hope that you can see it. It's like a little blemish, but it came through very strongly the other day as a fish, as like that fish that you were carrying away from you. You were carrying the fish representing your fortune, right? So, um, your fortune, your destiny, your like those types of like where you're meant to be, that type of stuff. It's like you think that it's far, far, far away from you, right? And then you learn in this turning that it's actually right here. It's actually right on you. It's actually, you're claiming it. You're claiming your fortune, right? And then what I'm seeing here is that fish energy, the fortune, your fortunes, um, are in this pool. They're in this pool, and at a future position, like later down the road, uh, it's like you're going to be able to access your fortunes very easily, actually, because it's like you're no longer having to keep them because this here was talking about keeping your fortunes close to your chest, right? Kind of like not allowing anyone to see um, your abundance or your fortune or your success. It's kind of like keeping everything behind closed doors, right? So, but in this future position, later down the road, you are going to be able to kind of like ease up a bit. Didn't we talk about ease before? We talked about dis-ease, protecting your fortunes from dis-ease. So it's like right now in this moment, you're needing to protect your fortune, right? But later down the road, that's going to ease up for you. And it's like you're going to be able to put your fortunes um, into a pool where they're going to. It's because we were talking about money. We've been talking about gambling. It's almost like an investment or something like that. It's like a pool it's like a pool of resources. A pool, you're going to be able to put your fortunes into a pool of resources. And it's like they can live there very happy, like everything's beautiful, everything's healthy, it's the star energy, so it's a very healing and rejuvenation um type of place for your fortune. It's like your fortune is going to be put into this pool, and in doing so it's going to reinvigorate it. And because your fortune is so connected to you, like she's naked, you know what I mean? Like it's intrinsic. The connection between you and your fortune is I mean, it's I don't even know how to explain that. It's like it's almost like it's kind of like one and the same. I mean, you can change your fortunes, but that fortune never goes away. It's like it's the approach. It's how you look at it. It's how you look at it. So you will be coming into a place where your fortune is going to be um, rejuvenated, and in doing so, so will you. And then it's like you're rising up to the top. It's like the cream rising up to the top. So it seems as though it's like you're asking, okay, yes, we've turned into this new direction, but what do I do now? What do I do now? And the message that's coming from this justice is is to focus on building your fortune. Focus on building your fortune. It's like a pin just I could hear a pin drop in the room. It's very quiet here. All right, so it's like the message for you here is to focus on building your fortune, and kind of like in doing so, you're going you're well, you're being asked to step away from because I see these Five of Pentacles here. So I'm trying to negotiate like how exactly to convey this message. You're being asked to step away from former engagements in which you're in which you position your fortune away from you. You got to step away from that. And because it's kind of coming out, it's like you got to step away from like society, or because you have to give yourself like time in order to build this up. You have to devote yourself to it's like you're having to devote yourself to yourself. Devote yourself to you and focus on building your fortune. And sometimes that comes along with it's coming along with a message of you're going to need to step away from 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 whatever this is here in the background. That could be so many different things, from some former engagement, so that you can focus on building your, well, your dream, your wish. So because you've already got these two pentacles here. So you've already got like a lot on your plate. You've already got a lot that you're doing. And so kind of like by picking up any new engagement, it's like it's taking your focus away from self. And when you do that, that's what is kind of, it's putting you in a bad position. Well, it's not necessarily bad. It's just that it's not necessarily bad. It's just like, do you really want to be put in another position where you're having to reassess? You don't have, like, it's beneficial because you're going to come back to this place again. It's beneficial, but it's like you don't have to do it over and over again. Like you can kind of learn. It's coming through as like you can kind of learn your lesson the first time. This is like a tough love message. I'm not gonna front. So what it's talking about is that you need to devote yourself to your work. That is the new thing. That's the new thing that you need to pick up. It doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. There's a duck that's quacking outside the window. All right, so you are stepping away. It's like you're stepping away from the crowd. You're stepping away from, it's interesting. You're stepping away from your collective or the world or society. So we have the world card that's ending off your reading. And when you do that, this is the thing. It's like when you do that, it's sort of counterintuitive. When you step away, it's like we were talking about the cream rising to the top. It's like you're going to stand out from the crowd. You're going to become, this is so silly. You're going to become like a world star. So it's like that's what's necessary for you right now is that because this is a future potential. And that's the thing, it's a future potential. But if you don't put the work that's necessary in order to get you there, that future potential it's going to move further and further and further and further and further and further away from you, because every single time that you don't devote yourself to this work, you are put in a position in which you have to reassess. And so it's like we can keep doing this. We can keep doing this reassessment, or you can just, or you, and then this is where justice is coming in, or you can receive the justice that you have been wanting by putting in the work. It's like you've been asking for justice, you've been asking for your fortunes to be delivered to you, and it's like, yes, they will be delivered to you, but it's actually coming through. It's like it's going to come at a cost, and that cost is you stepping away from the world in order to devote yourself to your stardom. That is beautiful. And then it's like an investment. In order to receive on your investment, you need to put money in. Like, you need to put energy in, you need to put work in, you need to put effort in, you need to put all of those ingredients in the pool, right? You need to put all of that into the pool in order to see a return on your investment. And if you continue to not put in anything, it's like your manifestation is going to experience dis-ease. But the beauty here is that, when you do put all of this in, it's kind of like it's coming through as like a future, um, almost like a promissory. It's a promise or a promissory note or something like that. There's a future like promise that if you put in this work, you will rise to the top. You will be um, seen. You will stand out from the crowd. You will receive the fortune that you are looking for, and and you will be also out of the cycle in which you're having to reassess, because the world card comes through with a message of actually new beginnings. That's lovely. So you will be receiving this new beginning, a new cycle that you're moving into. Okay, Ophiuchus. That was a beautiful message. I'm glad I did that. All right, so I will see you guys next time. If you are interested in any personal readings, I have started to do those as well. So you can find the information to book one of those in the bottom in the description box. And if you like this message and you like other things like this, you can also find me on Instagram and Facebook, where you can see some other messages, like little short ones, ones that are easy to digest. All right, I'll see you next time, off of you. Thanks. Bye.